A very good afternoon and welcome to this video. In this video, we will be discussing about accounting for packages and containers when they are returnable and when no separate charges are being made. A quick look at the question. Sony Limited has a stock of 4,000 containers valued at rupees 5 each. During the year, the company purchased 8,000 containers. It issued 80,000 containers to customers and received 74,000 containers from them. 80 containers were damaged, of which 40 were repaired at a cost of rupees 2 per container. The purchases are made at rupees 10 per container, but stocks are valued at rupees 5 each to allow for depreciation. You are required to prepare the container stock account. So let's start preparing the container stock account. The container stock account is prepared in the form of T format. To the left side, we are going to have particulars, quantity and total amount. And to the credit side also, we would be having particulars, quantity and amount. So as discussed earlier, on to the debit side of the container stock account, we are going to take the balance brought down, the purchases, if any, made during the period, the cash paid on account of repairs is debited to the container stock account, and to the credit side of the account, the damages that are being transferred to P&L account, the depreciation, if any, and the closing stock would be taken into the credit account. Remember, the container stock account is prepared to understand what is the depreciation that is charged for the use of packages and is transferred to the profit and loss account, and that is what we are taking in the credit side. The container stock account, the balancing figure would be transferred to depreciation account. So let's quickly prepare the container stock account. On to the debit side, first we are going to bring down the balance. The first line of the question says, Sony Limited has a stock of 4,000 containers. This is your balance brought down. So the journal entry for this would be container stock account debit to balance brought down. So the balance brought down is taken on to your debit side. The stock is said to be, quantity is 4,000 and the price is said to be, it is valued at rupees 5. So 4,000 into 5 is going to be 20,000. Next, during the year, the company has made purchases of 8,000 containers. So the entry for the purchases would be container stock account debit to cash account. As the stock is coming into the business, so we have stock account debit to purchases, I mean to say to cash account, as it is the cash purchases that has been made. So to cash, this is on account of purchases. So the quantity purchased is 8,000 units into the purchases are made at rupees 10. So into 10. So 8,000 into 10 is going to be 80,000. And next, continuing with the question, 80 containers were damaged, of which 40 were repaired at a cost of 2. So we have 80 containers damaged. Of that, 40 containers are being repaired. That means the remaining 40 containers are being damaged. The exact damage is going to be 40. 80 minus 40 that got repaired. So we have 40 units that are going to be being damaged. So these damages need to be transferred to the profit and loss account. So the entry would be profit and loss account debit to containers stock account. So the entry is going to be taken towards your credit side as by P&L account, as we are transferring the damages to P&L account. So this is your damages. So the damages are 40 minus 80 minus 40. So we are going to have 40 and the cost is going to be at the opening stock value price. The opening stock is valued at 5 rupees. So we are going to take it as 40 into 5. So 40 into 5 is going to be 200. Now, in continuation with this, we have 80 containers were damaged, of which 40 were repaired at a cost. So now we have 40 containers that are being repaired. So when you are repairing, you are incurring the expense. So that means cash is going outside. So the entry would be container stock account debit to cash account. So this cash is moving on account of repairs. So how many containers have we repaired? We have 40 containers have been repaired at a cost of rupees 2. I mean, it is going to be 40 into 2, so it's 80 rupees. And now, in continuation, we have taken the balance brought down. We have considered the purchases, the damages we have considered, and the repairs we have already considered. Now we need to find out what is going to be the balance carried down. So the balance carried down is going to be, we are going to calculate the stock, the closing balance, stock with the company and stock with customers. So the stock at the end is divided into two types. One is stock in the shop and stock with the customers. So these stocks are shown actually onto the credit side of the packages and containers account. At their depreciated value, we have to consider it. So if we are not having any balancing figure, the stock account is assumed that there is no depreciation. But if there is a balancing figure, that would be transferred as depreciation, and this depreciation would be charged to the P&L account. So before we could find out the depreciation, we are going to take the closing balance. So I take it as, I leave one line and then take by closing balance carried down. So as I told you, the stock at the end is being divided into two parts. One is stock in the shop and stock with the customers, for which we need to prepare the working note. So let's prepare the working note. Working note, calculation of stock with the company or with the shop. So first we have to take the opening stock. The opening stock of the company is 4,000 units. We are taking it in units. We calculate the units because the price would be at different. So it's going to be 4,000 units. To this add purchases. So during the year, we had purchases of 8,000 units. And during the year, we had returns as well. So add returns. So the returns were, it issued 80,000 containers to customers and received 74,000 customers. Sorry, 74,000 containers from the customers. So we have received 74,000 containers from the customers. So this also adds to the stock in the company. So we have a total of 86,000. So we have a total of 86,000 here is the stock in the business. But we have sent the stock to the customers as well. So less sent to customers. So sent to customers is how much? 80,000. So we would be getting how much? So 86,000 minus 80,000. We are going to have 6,000. So 6,000 is the stock that we have. Out of this 6,000, there were damages during the year. So less damages, 40 were damaged and 40 were repaired. Out of 80, 40 were damaged and 40 were repaired. So we have a stock of how much in the company? We have a stock of 5,960. 1,960 is the closing stock in the company. And now we need to calculate what is the closing stock with the customers. So the stock with customers. So this is your second working note. So working note 2. So we are calculating the stock with the customers. So as per the problem, sent to customers, containers sent to customers as given in the question is going to be 80,000 containers we have been issued to the customers. 80,000 containers. Of this, they have returned how many? Less 74,000 containers. As per the problem, 74,000 containers. So the stock with the customers is said to be 80,000 minus 74,000. That is 6,000. So as we have calculated the units of stock, the number of stock in the with the customers and in the company, let's take the units into the account. So we have as per the company's the closing balance in the company or at the shop is 5,960 as calculated, and with the customers we are having 6,000. Now at what price it would be valued? At the opening stock it would be valued. Remember the opening stock is valued at rupees 5. So 5,960 into 5 would give me 29,800. And coming to the stock with customers, it is 6,000 into 5. It's going to be 30,000. So we have taken the closing stock, we have taken the damages, the balance, the purchases and the repairs. So now we have, as we have taken all the items, now let's go for balancing it. Now coming to the debit side, we have 8,004. Let's balance the quantity column. So it is 8,000 plus 4,000 we are having 12,000. And coming to the quantity column of credit side, we are having 6,000 plus 9,000, 5,960 plus 40. It's going to be 12,000. So remember the containers stock account, the units are going to be tallied. And now coming to the amount column, we have 20,000 plus 80,000 plus 80 onto my debit side. And to the credit side, we have 30 plus 29,800 is 59,800 plus 200 would give me 60,000. So there is a balancing figure of 40,000 here, 40,080. And that balancing figure is actually the depreciation that is transferred to P&L account. So let's balance. So we have a debit side balance of 1,80,000 and I take the same total towards my credit side, but the total doesn't match. So that means we have a balancing figure here and that would be transferred to P&L account. P&L account. This is going to be the depreciation and it's the balancing figure. It's the balancing figure. So we are not, as the units are tallied, we are going to only charge the depreciation against the value of the asset. So the balancing figure is going to be 40,080. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.